Welcome to video 5 of Ryan's Tree. This should be the final video in the series. As you remember when we left off in video 4, we were getting ready for the resin pour. So it's going to take me several days to complete this resin pour, and then after the resin is cured, we're going to apply Halcyon, which is my favorite finish, but it has a really good UV resistance, so we're going to apply it over the resin, and that's going to give it extra protection since Ryan's Cross is going to be installed out in the elements. So again, like I said, it's going to take me several days to complete this resin pour, but you're going to get to see the whole thing in just a matter of minutes. So if you would, stick around and I'll be right back. Welcome back. As you can see, I'm standing next to a pop-up spray booth, and I'm going to use this to do the resin pour inside. I'm inside my wood shop, and believe it or not, there's still sawdust floating around. No matter how much I try to get it out, it's still there, and I don't want the sawdust in the resin. So I thought, well, I'll buy this pop-up spray booth. I can use it for the resin pour. I can also use it when I'm applying clear coats to some of my other projects. So I'll get a lot of use out of this. And so when I come back, I'll show you how we're going to be set up inside there, how we're going to level the cross. It's a pretty unique little way, and get things all set up, and we'll actually get into the resin pour. So stick around, we'll be right back. All right, as you can see, I've already started the masking process. So we're going to mask off the front of the cross, and then we're going to pour resin on the back side first. So what I'm doing now is just getting me a good crisp sharp edge, and what this is going to do, it's going to allow, when we turn this over, when we have any drippage, the drip's going to come up and it's going to land on this tape, and then we can just clean that tape off. We don't have to do a whole lot more sanding that way. So it's a time saver, makes the process a whole lot better. But I want to bring it right to that edge as best I can. That leaves a better finish for me, meaning that I don't have as much to worry about trying to clean up. All right, continuing on. Well, I apologize, I'm going to be blocking out sometimes your view. The little things you do like this are time savers in the long run, so take a little bit of time to mask it off correctly, and you should have better work, better results. Okay. All right, so I'm going to continue that off screen, and when I come back, this will all be masked off and ready for us to get it leveled up. So hang on, I'll be right back. All right, here we go. We're going to start applying the epoxy with the brush. So I'm going to start in the back. We'll come back and get rid of bubbles as best we can. Sorry, I'm blocking off, I know. I hope and pray this is a better pour than I got on my first pour. It's looking pretty good, so we'll step back out here in about another 15 minutes and check for bubbles. But so far, I think this pour is going to be okay. Doing some more checking. Got a little bubble right there I'm going to pop. Focused. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. All right, I didn't realize my camera had drifted down on me and taken this out of frame. So when I first did some touch-ups over here, they're not on film. What I'm doing, I've got some imperfections in the resin pour that I need to clean up, and what I'm using is a Dremel and various router bits. I did all this edge right here with a pointed bit. This was actually an area that got burned, meaning I used too much heat too quick in there and it burned and scorched the resin, so I had to clean it down. So I'm going to continue on with dressing all this up, and then when I come back afterwards, I'll have had all this repaired and dressed up, sanded down, getting ready for the next pour. But I'll show you how I'm going to do a little bit of the repairing right here so you have an idea of what I'm doing. So here we go. Okay, as you can see, it's just a light touch with the Dremel. And what we're doing is we're giving it a new surface for the second pour to adhere to. And so I'm going to continue on dressing up this and getting it ready for the next pour. Like I said, after I finish with the Dremel, then I will hand sand everything, and then it will be ready for the next pour. So when we come back, we'll be pouring the second pour of resin. Well, okay, as you can see, I have the front of the sign all sanded, buffed up, and all the little imperfections cleaned up so that the second pour should adhere and not have any issues. So when we come back, I'll have the spray booth set back up, and I'll have the cross leveled in the booth, and we'll be ready to do the resin pour. So stick around, we'll be right back. All right, I'm going to get in close. I've got the second resin pour done on the front side, and we're going to let this set for 72 hours, which is 3 days. I'm really pleased the way it's looking so far, but we'll see what we have to do in 72 hours. So I'll be back in 3 days for me, just a few minutes for you. Well, welcome to the wrap up of Ryan's Tree. I have all of the epoxy poured, and then I have the Halcyon, which has a UV inhibitor in it, applied over the resin. I've got about 5 or 6 coats. I don't remember exactly how many I put on the of the Halcyon, but I've got plenty on there for the UV inhibitors. And this has got to cure a few more days before it can be put out into the elements. So I'm going to keep it in my shop for about another 3 or 4 days, and then I'll get it delivered to my customer, and he will have it in time for Christmas. And again, I want to thank Tony, my customer, for his unwavering trust and all the patience that he has given me in getting this completed. I've had some personal issues that came up, and it's delayed me getting this delivered to him in the amount of time that we initially agreed to, and I appreciate his understanding. And good customers like that are nice to have. I want to thank everyone for the compliments and comments I have received. I appreciate each and every one of them. And for my new subscribers who I've picked up during this process, thank y'all for joining into the vets group. That's what I call my group, my vets. So until my next project, I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas, and hope you have a happy, safe, healthy, and prosperous New Year in 2023. So until we come along, if you would, hug all your family and friends, let them know you love them, and God bless.